Alright, so welcome to the video. It's been a long time, and I said that in my last video, I think, as well. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been like 8-9 months since my last video, but we're back in action, and today we're heading down further south to Folkestone. So Folkestone is a very important like coastal town of the UK. It links the UK with mainland Europe via the channel. So yeah, we're gonna head down there today and take photos there with the Ricoh. So now I'm starting a new photo project based on the British coast. I've already been to Southend-on-Sea and Brighton. So now I'm heading down to Folkestone, and then yeah, I'm gonna head to some more cities on the coast. And yeah, so see you there. Here I saw the woman with the pink umbrella, so I took it as the first image of the day. Here is a very unique looking apartment right next to the ocean, so I took it as the second image of the day. So here we have a very beautiful scene of some knitted poppies, the Union Jack and the view of the ocean behind. A very powerful scene, I would say. So here we have an alleyway that's heading down to the beach, and it just looks very good, especially with the mist diffusing the highlights. It just looks very pleasing to the eye. And here in the same area we have a path that is acting as a leading line towards the tree and bushes that is being lit up by the sun. So here I see two people laying down on the beach, and the harbour arm is in the background, and there's a bunch of seagulls flying around. So I just took a few photos and hope for the best. So I wanted to take a photo of the couple looking out towards the ocean, and this image is really simple but really powerful, as it can symbolize them just thinking about life. So here you have workers doing maintenance on the beach, and this is something you don't see very often, so I wanted to capture it. So here is another photo of the workers, and this photo is much better composed, as you can see the vast ocean behind them. Now this place is just made for photographers. You have the leading lines from the platform towards the building, as well as the greenery in the middle of the platforms. Now this is just a portrait shot, but I feel like it's more balanced with the boat building in the middle with the leading lines really coming into play. Now this shot, I laid the camera down close to the ground and used it as a sort of leading line towards the subject, which is the building in the background. And in this landscape shot, you have the couple on the left hand side of the frame, and they are acting as supporting subjects in this scene. This scene is just so beautiful with the white cliffs in the background. I just don't think I need to talk too much about this scene. So in this scene you have the ocean and the harbour arm as the main subject, with the beautiful Folkestone sign, as well as the lighthouse at the end, which is very popular. And then you also have the photo of the white cliffs, and they look so good, they look amazing. So here we have a closer composition of the harbour arm, and I personally prefer this one as I feel like it's more balanced. And this is also a good example of zooming in and out of your feet when using primes, and I think this is good practice even when you're using zoom lenses. So here is an image of the famous lighthouse in Folkestone, and this image, there's nothing special to it, but I'm here anyway, so I might as well just take the image, right? Now this is what I'm talking about. I much prefer this composition over the previous one, and there's no one in the scene, and it's just very, very clean. So this is just a really simple image of the ocean. The bottom half is the ocean and the top half is the sky. And yeah, it's just a really simple photo. There's nothing special to it. So here we have two images of the harbour. So we have the boats in the foreground as well as the buildings in the background. So you see that white building there, that is a hotel, and that hotel was established almost 200 years ago. So that is crazy. That is really, really crazy. Now this is one of my favorite photos from the day. You have the beautiful buildings in the background as well as the harbour and the boats, and then the bird just comes and adds more depth to the scene. I just really love this photo. And now you have a photo of the pink house, the famous pink house in Folkestone. I did want to Photoshop the other boats out the scene, but Photoshop just wasn't working, so I was just like, you know what, forget it. So here you have a beautiful scene of the boat building in the background as well as the actual boats in the harbour, and I did get rid of that pole in the harbour as it was just too distracting, so I just got rid of it. So here we are on Creative Quarter with the sun out, and I really like this scene. The colours from the building, the blue sky, it just looks really good. And here we are, another photo on Creative Quarter, and I just really like the scene. Like it just looks good, like different colour buildings with the blue sky. It just looks so good. So here is one of my favourite photos from the day. You have this woman walking on the left hand side and a shadow being cast right next to her. And that shadow makes you focus on the woman walking up the street. And yeah, I really think this scene is really well put together. So I came back to the harbour with the sun out and the tide was down. So I took this photo and I'm really happy with it. So here we have another photo of the harbour, and you have the boats and you have two poles on either side of the boats, and I think these frame them really well. So here I took a photo of the pink house and I photoshopped everything out in the scene, and it looks very clean with the tie down as well. So here we have just two seagulls chilling, and for this photo I slightly increased the aperture so there's more background separation, and yeah. And here I took the photo of the seagulls again, but with the boat building in the background, and I quite like this photo as well. So here I took a photo of the boats and I used the bush in the front as some foreground. So here I took a photo of the pink house and I used the two boats beside it to frame it in the middle, and I quite like how this turned out. I really like this photo of the harbour, with the tide down, the hotel and the bird. The bird is very small, but it really adds to the scene. Once again, one of my favourite photos from the day, the platforms on either side acting as a frame, and then the town being nicely framed within that. Now, I really like this photo. It is quite similar to the previous one, but the man sitting down acting as a supporting subject really adds to the scene. So here we are again at the end of the platform, and there's really nice shadows being cast from the sun, and also there's no workers working on the greenery, so the scene just looks very clean. So here I took a photo of the new apartments, and you don't really see this architecture anywhere in the UK, and they do look pretty nice, to be honest. So I took another photo of the apartments, but this time from straight on, and I do really like this one. So here we have the man walking along the seafront, and he is very small in the scene, but he provides very nice scale. So he is the perfect supporting subject in this scene. So here, when I took the photos of these huts, I embraced the 40mm. I wasn't able to fit everything in scene, but it's okay because not everything has to fit in the scene all the time. Once again, taking photos by the seafront, and I much prefer this composition as you can see the guy more prominently in the scene. So for this image of the beach huts, I took the photo from the side and you can see where the sun is hitting the beach huts, so it gives it a bit more depth and the image is not flat. So for this image, I wanted to get a gradient of all the colors of the different beach huts, and I think it worked out pretty decently. Once again, one of my favorite photos from the day, a photo of the beach huts, and one of them is open and the rest of them are closed. So this image I feel like really tells a story and it's totally up to the imagination of the viewer. So here is another photo of some beach huts and there's people running beside them, and I feel like that gives the photo some sense of motion. If there was no people running, it would just be like a standstill image, if you get what I mean. So here there's two signs and I wanted to get the smaller sign in line with the horizon, and yeah, I just really like this simple and clean frame. So people often say that a photo says 1,000 words, and I feel like this is one of them. Who left this hat there? Why did they leave it there? Was there something urgent going on? It's totally up to the viewer's imagination. Once again, one of my favorite photos from the day. I wanted to photograph the pink house and then get the town in the background, and I just really like how this turned out with the lighting, and yeah, the colors just look so good as well. And this image is really similar to the previous one, but this one I also really like as well. So in this scene, I saw the guy working on his boat and his red hoodie really stands out. And then the thing about this scene I really like is that there's the building in the background which resembles a boat, and then you have his boat which is an actual boat. So yeah, there's a nice contrast in the scene. So in this image, the final image of the day, what caught my eye was the row of boats acting as a natural leading line towards the boat building, which I found kind of interesting.